Korea was annexed by the Empire of Japan in 1910. In the following decades during the Japanese occupation of Korea, nationalist and radical groups emerged, mostly in exile to struggle for independence. Divergent in their outlooks and approaches, these groups failed to unite in one national movement. After the events of World War II, Japan's imperial possessions were forfeited. The United States and the USSR had to decide what to do with Korea, and they eventually opted to split the peninsula. Korea rested on along the 38th parallel. The Soviet Union would handle the north, and the United States would take up the south. But by the end of the 1940s, the threat of communism was on the rise and the Cold War was in full swing. That brought tension to the newly formed Korean states that bordered each other. Communist dictator Kim Il-sung both claimed to be the legitimate governing power of all of Korea. Eventually North Korea invaded South Korea, and the Korean War began on the 25th of June 1950. Moving forward, on July 27, 1953, both sides signed an armistice, and a new boundary was drawn just north of the 38th parallel, and a 2-mile-wide demilitarized zone between the two states was created. Despite the long-standing ceasefire, no official peace treaty was ever signed, so the war technically continues to this day. In this video, we will compare the military capability of both countries, excluding the weapons of mass destruction. Let's get into the details. Military comparison between North Korea and South Korea in the aspect of personnel. South Korea military active personnel is about 599,000, and has a reserve personnel of 3,100,000. South Korea is the 7th largest military in the world. On the other hand, North Korea has an active military personnel of 950,000, and a reserve personnel of 200,000. North Korea is the 5th largest military in the world. Comparison on the aspect of ground forces. South Korea has 2,300 main battle tanks, 2,800 armored fighting vehicles, 5,800 artillery pieces, 200 multiple rocket launchers, and 60 guided missile systems. While North Korea has 4,300 battle tanks, 2,500 infantry fighting vehicles, 8,600 artillery pieces, and 5,500 multiple rocket launchers. Next is the comparison of Navy forces. South Korea has about 16 submarines, 12 destroyers, 13 frigates, 13 corvettes, 64 patrol vessels, 14 amphibious warfare ships, 11 mine warfare ships, and 17 auxiliary ships, while North Korea has 70 submarines, 456 landing crafts, 3 frigates, 14 corvettes, 30 missile boats, 247 torpedo boats, 191 patrol boats, and 30 mine countermeasure vessels. The comparison in the aspect of air forces. South Korea has 523 combat aircraft, 4 airborne early warning and control aircraft, 10 reconnaissance planes, 3 tanker aircraft, 36 transport aircraft, 216 trainer aircraft, 25 light attack helicopters, and 84 utility and combat and rescue helicopters. On the other hand, North Korea has 418 attack aircraft, 154 bomber aircraft, 4 transport aircraft, 167 trainer aircraft, 20 attack helicopters and 184 utility and rescue helicopters. Last but not the least, the comparison in the aspect of air defenses. On surface-to-air platform, South Korea has 8 batteries of MIM-104 Patriot missile systems, 24 units of medium-range surface-to-air missile MIM-23 Hawk, and 100 Dusan Chunma surface-to-air missiles. Also South Korea has 200 units of K-200 anti-aircraft artillery, 176 units of K-30 anti-aircraft artillery, and 2,000 KP-SAM portable air defense system, while North Korea has 75 units of missiles for their S-200 air defense system, 300 units of missiles for their S-125 surface-to-air missile system, and 1,950 units of missiles for their S-75 surface-to-air missiles for their air defense. Also, North Korea has 248 ZSU-23-4 and 250 ZSU-57-2 for air defense artillery. Not to mention of their 4,000 units of SA-7 portable air defense system. North Korea has about 35% more active personnel than South Korea, which is more advantage in an head-on battle. Even in some aspect, North Korea has more numbers of military hardware than of South Korea, but it has the latest technology of armaments than North Korea's Cold War-era arsenals. The tensions between South and North Korea is at its peak, and one crucial misunderstandings could lead to its worst-case scenario, the Korean War Part 2. In your opinion, which country would win the war? If the inevitable will happen. If you have feedbacks, please comment below. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe.